My name is Adele. Thank you for coming today. Today's class is on the theme of trusting your intuition and letting go of fear and anxiety in uncertain times. So we're going to start today's class with a little bit of a breathing exercise and a meditation. And then we'll go into warm-ups, and then we'll go into the poses and finish with Shavasana, a longer meditation, and I'll play some sound bowls for you. And it will take about an hour today. So if you'd like to take a comfortable seat on your mat, whichever position feels good for you, we'll be here for about 5 minutes, so just make sure you're comfortable. And our first breathing exercise is called Nadi Shodhana, and what it does is it balances your nervous system. So if you place your left hand palm up in your lap, and then with your right hand, grab your pinky and your thumb and place it up to your nose. And first inhale without any pressure, and then exhale with your thumb pressed in. Then inhale through the same nostril again, so through your left nostril. At the top of the breath, swap to the pinky and exhale through the right nostril. And then inhale through the same nostril, the right nostril. And at the top of the breath, swap again. So like this, in this rhythm, inhale, exhale and inhale, and then swap at the top. And you can close your eyes if you like. And I'll read you something about our theme today. Often when we resist things, whatever it is that we are resisting grows stronger. Faced with a wall, it can grow more powerful, threatening to overwhelm the resistance. Instead of resisting, if we can open the door to our fear and anxiety and say to them, "Come and sit with me. I believe you have something to tell me." When we practice such radical self-acceptance and welcome all of ourselves, including any anxieties or fears, we infuse a quality of love which can dissolve the fears once they have delivered their messages, and then offer gratitude for being a soul worthy of their precious message. Love and gratitude often dissolve fear if approached with an open heart and fresh eyes. In the case where a little bit of fear remains, we can cultivate an attitude of fearlessness and resilience and courage. We can grow to be powerful, to trust ourselves and our intuition, and to let go of control and surrender into the flow of life. If we develop a regular practice to nourish the body and calm the mind, in all that presence and listening, the voice of our intuition can grow stronger and can give us guidance on a positive course of action. As you're breathing like this, notice how your body feels. Feel the warm sun on your back. Welcome all yourself into this present moment. After your next exhale through your left nostril, join me in welcoming all of you to a nourishing, reflective and grounding practice. So where you're sitting here, place both hands on your chest above your heart and try to grab with your hand like a little bit of skin, because we're going to do some neck stretches and it makes it easier to get deeper in the stretch if you have some skin there. And then once you've found that, just gently lean backwards and take some deep breaths here. And then move slightly just to the other side of your chest. And then move your head backwards towards the other side, away from your hand.
Can I join in?
Of course you can, yeah, for sure. And then place your hands on the side here. And then just lean your head to the side away from it. And then very, very slowly start moving your head forward while keeping breathing really deeply here. Take a deep inhale and an audible exhale. And on the other side, let's do it again. Deep inhale, audible exhale. And again. And back to the front again. Both hands on just over your heart. And again, lean back away from your hands towards the other side. Sitting here and breathing like this, welcoming all of yourself to the practice. How does it feel? And then one more time to the other side of your chest. Throughout today's class, make every effort to connect to yourself and to be aware of your breath. And I'll cue that for you as well. And welcome to our new person.
Thank you.
Our theme today is on letting go of fear in uncertain times and trusting your intuition.
Cool.
So if you'd like to come onto your hands and knees at the front of your mat. I'm going to do most of my teaching off the mat today, guys. It's just the way that I've learned and it helps me to connect with everyone better, but I'll cue you. And here in hands and knees, Place your hands directly underneath your shoulders and your knees directly underneath your hips. You're all looking really good. And spread out your fingertips and press them into the mat actively. And what this does is it protects your wrists from being dumped into. And then as you inhale, drop your belly towards the mat and lift your head up. And as you exhale, arch your back up towards the sky and drop your head down. And follow your own natural rhythms of breath. Keep flowing in this movement. And when your head goes down next, just shake it out, loosen it out, just let it drop, release it. And we're going to do 5 more rounds here with your own breath. And feel free to move in this. You can move your hips from side to side if it feels good in your body. Just notice what feels good. On your next exhale, thread your right arm underneath your body and lean forward, getting a bit of a shoulder stretch. And as you're here in this position, can you trust yourself to surrender into the ground? Can you release your body? Can you relax your muscles into the ground? Perfect, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Take some deep breaths here. How does this feel in your body? Come back up to hands and knees with an inhale, and then do the other side. And give yourself a little bit of love and gratitude because you took the time out today to nourish yourself, nourish your mind, your body, and your spirit. Notice how that feels. Notice any tension in your muscles, in your body, and see if you can dissolve them by giving your attention to it. Wherever you are, just bring your knees a little wider and touch your big toes together. And then come up and push back into child's pose. And you can place your head towards the ground and you can stretch your arms up. So in this class today, I'm going to offer you a lot of different poses. And some might not feel good in your body. And I don't know your body as well as you do, so this is a pose that you can come to at any stage in the class today. If it doesn't feel good, the other stuff, you just come here and rest. Or any other pose that feels good for you. Rest here for for just one more moment. Deep inhale. Slow exhale. And cultivate this awareness of the breath throughout your practice today. Press your hands strongly into the mat and lift up into downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out your feet, bend your knees here so it feels comfortable. You don't have to have your heels on the ground. It's early morning, it takes a little while to wake up the body sometimes. You can move side to side, you can twist your hips, you can just notice what feels good in your body and give yourself that. May I? May I assist you? Just push your shoulders away. Bend your knees more and lift your hips up towards the sky. Good. Bend your knees a little more. Yeah, that's good. Inhale, bend your knees. And on your exhale, step or hop forward to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Here in forward fold, see if you can release your neck. Release any tension in your neck. You can shake it out towards the ground. Let gravity do its work. And if you can't touch the ground here, just bend your knees enough so that you can touch the ground. And you're welcome to do that throughout all of the sun salutations that we'll do today. Inhale deeply and reach towards the sky, opening up your heart. Take a few deep inhales here, opening up towards the sky. Notice the state of your mind here. Stretched up and powerful. Whatever the state of your mind, can you meet it with acceptance? Ground down through your right foot. And with your right hand, grab your left wrist up above your hand, and lean over towards the right. Take 2 deep breaths here in this side bend position. Inhale and come up. Swap your wrists around, ground down through your left foot and bend to the other side. Inhale and come up. So we're going to do a bit of an energetic practice now. I'll demonstrate 1 round. As I exhale, I release anything that doesn't serve me into the ground. As I inhale, I take whatever I need into my body. So we'll do this 10 times. Release whatever doesn't serve you. Welcome in joy, courage, fearlessness. Let go of whatever you don't need anymore. Exhale, resistance. Pause at the top at the next one. We'll do the last two together. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last inhale and stay up. Now we're ready to begin. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, dive forward towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on knees, head stretching towards me, straight back. Exhale, touch the ground, step back into plank, and lower yourself to the ground. Inhale, come forward into cobra, lift your heart up towards me. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, I'll never just leave you here for one breath, so always just feel free to breathe at your own pace and rhythm, and we'll catch up the class here in this position as we do our Surya Namaskaras. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, jump or step forward to the front of your mat. Place your hands on your hips, draw your shoulder blades together, inhale and come upright. Exhale, release. Inhale, raise your arms above your head. Exhale, dive forward, touch the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, touch the ground, step back and lower yourself towards the floor. Inhale, scoop your heart forward, come up into upward dog or cobra. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward. Place your hands on your hips, draw your shoulder blades together. Inhale and come upright. Step your right foot back and come into a high lunge with your left knee bent at right ankles. And really find strength and stability in your legs, your base, your grounding. It's what's going to keep you stable when you raise your arms up into the sky. And as you exhale, take a gentle back bend if you feel comfortable in that, and use the strength and stability of your legs to ground you. Exhale, come forward, touch the ground, and press back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring your right foot forward to the front of the mat and come upright into a high lunge. Find that strength and stability in your legs again, your foundation, and really bend forward into your front leg so that you've got a right angle of your knee above your ankle. And maybe you need to widen your stance a little more to get that. And raise your arms above your head. Inhale, draw energy up from the ground into your core. Exhale, send it out through your feet and through your head. Inhale, draw it up from the ground into your core. Exhale, send it out through your feet and through your head. And touch the ground, step back, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward and swivel your left heel down and come upright facing me with both arms parallel to the ground, and look forward over your right hand. And bend into your right knee at right angles, Warrior Two pose. Inhale, breathe the energy from the ground up into your core. Exhale, send it out through the ground, out through your hands and out through your head. And again. Two more times. Notice how you feel. Turn both feet towards me and strengthen your legs, wide-legged forward fold. So really keep the strength in your legs as you fold forward, and see if you can control that slow movement towards the ground. And exhale, use your exhales to go lower. And if you're going to touch the ground, touch it lightly so that you keep the strength in your legs. Can you cultivate love, gratitude, and self-acceptance? Find the strength in your legs and in your core. Inhale and come upright. And turn your left foot out and raise your arms parallel. Very good. And again, inhale, draw the energy out from the ground into your core. Exhale, send it out through your feet, through your hands, and through your head. And again. How do you feel here in this position? On your next exhale, frame your left foot on the ground with your hands and step back into downward facing dog. Bring your big toes together and then sit back on your feet into child's pose, wide-legged child's pose. And rest here. You've worked hard. Notice how you feel and meet yourself gently. On your next inhale, push up into downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Hop or step forward to your hands, forward fold. Place your hands on your hips, draw your shoulder blades together. Inhale and come up. And then turn back and face towards me. Come to the front of your mat. Step your left foot back. And place your left knee on the ground and come into low lunge. And you can position your left knee so that you have a comfortable stretch in your hip, but not too much. And here in this position, feel a drawing of your hip bones together, finding stability and strength in your base. And from this place of strength, and tuck your back toes, that'll help give a bit more support. And from this place of strength, lift your arms up above your head. Exhale and bend back, gentle back bend. Shining your heart towards the sky and out into the world. 2 breaths here in this back bend, supporting yourself with your core. Looking up towards the sky. Inhale and come upright. Exhale and hook your left elbow over your right knee, turning a twist towards the side. You can place your hands in prayer position. Very nice. And see if you can lift your right shoulder back a bit and lift it up towards the sky. Just be careful with these closed twists, honey, with your pregnancy.
What does that mean?
Maybe twist towards the other side. Do an open twist. Yeah.
Hi, puppy. Sorry.
On your next exhale, place your hands on either side of your front foot and press back into downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, lower yourself to the ground. Inhale, come up into cobra or upward dog. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths here. On your next inhale, bring your left foot forward in between your hands and place your right knee on the ground and come upright. Again, draw your hips together, finding stability in your base, and tuck your back foot. And when you're ready, inhale, raise your arms. And exhale, take a gentle back bend. Finding strength in your core and shining your heart up towards the sky. 2 breaths here. On your next exhale, hook your right elbow over your left knee and twist towards me. And see if you can lift your right, is it right? Your left elbow towards the sky. On your next exhale, touch the ground on either side of your front foot. Press back into downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, lower to the ground. Inhale, come forward into upward dog or cobra. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and a long exhale. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step or jump forward to the front of the mat, forward fold. Place your hands on your hips. Draw your shoulder blades together. Inhale and come upright. Exhale, relax. Our next pose is our peak pose, eagle pose. We're going to soar. So, with this pose, it's a balancing pose. Really pay attention to, I'm going to balance on our left foot first. But on your left foot, just try to ground all four corners of the foot, if that makes sense. So find your heel, a really stable position on the ground, and then lift up your toes and spread them wide. And then find that grounding position. And imagine roots going from your foot into the ground. And then lift your right arm higher and then hook your left underneath. And maybe you can clasp your hands together, but if not, just push your arms into one another. Find that strength there. And then lift your right knee up, keep the grounding in your left foot, and hook it over in front and then behind. And if that's a bit too much, you can also just rest with your right foot on the ground, and that's fine too. In this position, cultivate courage, fearlessness, stability, strength. Take a deep breath here. Notice how you feel. Lift your right knee up and don't touch the ground. Keep it up and step back behind you into warrior position. Very nice, everyone. Great work. Here in warrior position, inhale, breathe energy from the ground into your core. Exhale, shoot it back through your feet and out through your hands and your head. And again. And again. Come back to standing at the front of your mat. Other side. This time ground down through your right foot. Place all four corners of your feet carefully on the ground. Lift your right arm bent up higher and then hook your left arm up higher and then hook your right arm underneath it and see if you can clasp or just hold your arms together. And then lift your right knee, bend it in front of your left knee. Your left knee, bend it in front of your right standing leg. And again. And in this position, bend into your right knee and come down a little. Come upright, lift your left leg up and step it behind you. Turning towards the side. Inhale, breathe energy up through your feet and into your core. Exhale, shoot it out through your feet, out through your hands and out through your head. And again. On your next exhale, touch the ground on either side of your front foot and jump or step into plank. Exhale, lower to the ground. Inhale, come up into cobra. So this next one's called Dhanurasana, which is a bow pose. And Nina, I invite you to take a different position for this one, any pose you like. But for bow pose, lie on the ground as you are. Stretch your arms back behind you. Bend your knees and bring your feet towards your hands. And try to grab onto your feet or your ankles if you can. And once you've found that grip, press your hands into your feet and your feet into your hands. Inhale and lift up. Using that reciprocal tension to lift up. Take a deep breath here in this position. Inhale again. Exhale and release. Let go, relax, surrender to the ground. When we breathe in that position, we stimulate all of our internal organs, stimulate our digestion, stimulate everything else for healing. So let's try it one more time. Once again, grab your feet. Find that reciprocal tension of your hands and your feet pressing away from one another. Inhale and lift up. This time take 2 deep breaths here. One more. Exhale and release. Take a moment to yourself, close your eyes, and notice how your body feels. Place your hands on the mat beside your chest and push back into downward facing dog. Lift your right foot up and back behind you. You can lift it open. You can twist your hips open towards this side if it feels good for you. And then bring that right knee forward, close to your right elbow. And then swing your foot over to the other side of the mat and place it down. Bring your left foot back and then come forward with your head and your hands into Pigeon Pose. Adam, can you bring your knee over to this side while keeping your foot there? Yeah, nice. Keeping your legs as they are, come upright. And place your left hand down on the mat. Bend your back knee and see if you can hold on to it with your other foot. And find that reciprocal tension again with your arm, with your hand and your foot pressing into one another. And see if you can lift your right shoulder up a little more towards the sky. Open your heart. Very nice. Exhale, touch the ground and push back into downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your left foot up and back behind you. And you can open your hips open towards the side. You can take any movements here that feel good to you. And then bring the left knee down towards your left elbow and then place your foot towards the other side of the mat. Move your right leg back and then come forward onto your hands, elbows. Bring your head forward towards the mat. Pigeon pose. Come upright, balancing on your right hand this time, bending your back knee, and see if you can hold on to that foot. And open your shoulder up towards the sky, opening your heart. How does it feel, Adam, if you try to grab the other side of your foot, the outside of your foot? Reach back again. Yeah. Now you can open your heart more. Cultivate balance and trust. Exhale, release. So come to lying on your back. We're coming towards the end of the class now. Bring both knees into your chest and give them a hug. You can rock to the side if you like. You can rock up and back towards your head and stretch those legs out towards me. And bring your knees up with your feet on the ground. And then drop your knees towards the side, keeping your feet together. And just relax into this pose here. Last pose. Stretch your legs out. And we're going to go into Shavasana now, the resting position for the last 10 minutes of class. I'll play sound bowls for a few minutes of it, but here in Shavasana, just allow yourself to relax and meet all of you. Notice how you feel after today's class. Slowly start to welcome some movement in your fingers and your toes. Gently bring yourself back from wherever you've been. If it feels good for your body, feel welcome to take a stretch. Roll to your side, any side is fine. And gently come back up to sitting. Take a deep breath and an audible exhale. If you'd like to join me for 3 arms, take another deep breath. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you very much for joining me today.
That's so beautiful.
My pleasure.